the beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that's over. Okay.
Who said it was over?
No,
That's over.
Top Dog got on there and said it's over. Said Kendrick is that's over with.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's assume
I'm tired of talking about it anyway.
Let's. Yeah, absolutely. I'm beefed out. Pause. But now, I was listening to Tony Baker. Tony Baker was like, "Listen, that Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, let that be that. Everybody else that want to get in and do their own beef, how about y'all just sit down and watch the movie? Because now you got Shannon Sharp and Shaq beefing, and Shaq done made a this tape, and then you got Sukihana and JT they beefing, and Rick Ross, and it's like, bro,
so it's beef.
All of y'all, but no.
There's a lot of violence been started this year.
There's a lot of disrespect on these DSPs.
Welcome to the Just Acting Up show. You know, your boy Jaffe couldn't be here today, but Tishay, Mike, and of course myself, we here. We making it as best we can.
Oh man, Chris. Oh man. A little backstory. Chris fell down the stairs.
Dang, the way you said it.
I followed it. I can't get up.
Yeah, that was it wasn't like a fall down. It was more so like wasn't paying attention on the phone, doing that. What's going on? And missed the step.
He needs some milk.
Missed two steps.
Took a little tumble.
Yeah. He didn't step right in the name of love.
Not at all. Not at all. It's cool though. It's cool. I'll be all right. I'll be back.
It's cool, man. Well, I hope you get on the good foot.
There you go.
You set yourself up for that one.
I kind of did. But we do got a great show in store for everybody. We're talking about a lot of, the apes, Planet of the Apes. They getting a new movie. It's Ray coming with something new. P-Valley upgraded some cast members. We got a lot of stuff coming. So a lot of great stuff. Special guests on the way. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay locked. Just Acting Up show. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, is that how they, try to give it a new dynamic? But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the big stage. Big stage, we have it here. But before we get into it, y'all know what y'all got to do. You got to like,
share,
and comment and subscribe.
Yeah.
Let's get it. So, first up here, we got HISD. They're having some layoffs. HISD been going through it the last few years.
They really have. How many people they laying off?
Yeah, so they never really confirmed the number, but the news did hit hard to a lot of teachers because their job's in jeopardy, right? Who wants to not know they got a job when they about to go on their summer break,
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just I don't know. HISD has been all over the place. They said they had cuts coming from the district. They have a $450 million deficit, so that could be part of the reason why they're cutting some of these jobs and the staff, but it's just like who's losing at the end of the day is these kids because it's already tough getting teachers as is.
I'm just trying to figure out how, where, and why. Because if it's a deficit, why cut the teachers like that? They already underpaid. They already, undeserved. They deserve more than what they're getting paid right now. So why not cut some of the salaries of some of the people that's a little higher up to accommodate the teachers and the students?
Yeah,
Um,
facts.
yeah.
And it's just like a lot of the teachers voted by their union, but they said they have 98% of the teachers said they have no confidence in their superintendent. You know, he's come in and he just always he's coming in changing so much stuff, but it's like no real direction that they're getting. So we're gonna pray for those teachers over there.
Yeah.
I know that can't be easy to deal with, you know.
Yeah.
Well, teachers go to Alden. Alden School District may be hiring. You have Klein ISD.
Yeah, you got
Um,
humble
mhm.
ISD. Yeah.
I do got to tell y'all something real quick. A little update. So I had an outside source, my wonderful husband. He did send me a message about the school thing, about the HISD. So they cutting salaries, but they said they're cutting salaries for non-needed positions, and they're gonna be hiring for new positions. So we're gonna hope. Let's just send this out to HISD. Do the right thing because we need our teachers.
Yeah.
We need our teachers.
They know what they need to do.
They know what they need to do. Cut the positions that we don't need. Yeah, but we do need our teachers. These kids, they need some direction, especially over there in HISD. They're going through a lot. They've been through a lot of changes within the last few years.
And as we go to it here, happy graduation day to all the graduates, you know, that's graduating, particularly, of course, the Just Acting Up Show. We have our own set of graduates here. We have, of course, Tabitha, who contributes to the Good Act, Bad Act. And Tashay, you have a graduate, don't you?
I do. I do. I have a graduate. My oldest son, DeMarcus, is graduating this year, 2024. I'm so excited and happy for him. And congratulations to all the other graduates.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
also my nephew graduating this year too. They actually, you probably would consider them as twins. They were born like 2 weeks apart. Me and my sister had our boys 2 weeks apart. We actually named them really close. So one is Lamarcus and one is DeMarcus. Y'all don't talk about us. We was young, but they're both graduating this year. So congratulations to both of you.
Boy, I can't wait. Anyway, you see this struggle on my face. You see these gray hairs. Look at you. I can't wait till that boy graduates.
Well, that's just one of my four. So
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
got a long way to go still because
Um,
the twins are just in the third grade. So yeah,
yeah.
kind of
Well,
started all the way over.
shout out to all the graduates. Shout out to all of the moms and the dads.
Mm-hmm.
That day, Lord spare me. That day, good Lord said the same. I am going to get drunk. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to help him across that stage. I'm gonna push him across.
I'm interested to see what they do for prom. You know, prom. You know, that's the thing now.
Yeah,
I see somebody come up in a casket. Come out the casket. It was like,
come out the casket fresh. Pull up
No,
to a hearse.
seriously.
you know
My
what? I
son
blame. I
promised.
blame that. I bet you won't, guy. I blame him for that.
Right? Oh
Bet you
man.
won't, just coming up out of nowhere. He under the 18 wheeler, rolled up on the 18 wheeler, got on top of the 18 wheeler like
18 wheeler.
I bet you will. I bet you. He come out dancing. And when you hear that music, the first part of it, you already know he about to pop out from somewhere retarded.
Yeah.
I think I seen one where he was in like some kind of the toy box. He broke out the toy box. Yeah, it just
He is a fool. But my son, he's graduating, but his prom is actually today. So, yeah, he got mom over here. You see, I got a few gray strings that just came in just from this whole month alone.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to all the graduates that's graduating this year. Also, there was a photo that's floating around with Sinbad. Sinbad was recently photoed making his first appearance after he had his stroke with a few of the comedians that we like, Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle, Lunel. So he looked good, you know, being what he went through, and it just everybody was happy to see Sinbad and you know, doing better after his stroke. So
Yeah, that's good. Everybody got to support Sinbad. He's one of the goats.
Yeah.
One
My
of the
wife
goats.
just finished watching HBO Max got A Different World on there. So it's cool to go back memory lane. Y'all know that song, Hey Little Walter? They had him on there in the video. I don't know if y'all know that.
Hold on, wait, sing a little bit of it.
Hey, little Walter. Hey, you don't know that?
That might be a little bit past my time.
No, it is not. Tony. Hey, little Walter.
No.
All right.
And then lastly, before we close out this segment, is just the NBA draft for those sports fans of the NBA. The lottery draft is happening actually this weekend, and the Mother's Day, of course, for those the day we record is on Saturday before. And the draft itself, I believe, is the 26th and 27th of June. So, you know. I'm not too big on NBA draft. NFL draft, yes. That's a little bit.
Draft, yeah, boy. But the NBA draft, not too.
Like,
Why not? Why not? Why y'all
It's
discouraged?
not as exciting.
It's just not exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get excited about basketball until it's playoff time. That's just me.
Yeah, well, usually
we know who was not a basketball fan, Mr. Mike.
Yeah,
football all day, every day.
I'm not.
Wrong team, but he's a football fan for sure.
Yeah, I'm a football fan. Absolutely.
It's crazy because my whole house we love basketball. Like basketball draft, we will be watching.
Yeah. My son, he loves basketball. I have to drag him to watch football, but to each his own. But
so you're gonna have to get into it, Mike. Get into it.
Yeah, I only get excited about basketball, honestly, around about this time. But I heard the Knicks is doing good. That'd be crazy if they win the championship. I'm not gonna lie. So, well, we'll see. We will all see.
We shall see. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got coming up the Critics Corner. In the Critics Corner, Marvel drops a bunch of new news. Some rumors going around. Issa Rae, she's launching something new, something special. That is. And, a lot of that and more right here on Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Just Acting Up Show. We at the Critics Corner. And before we continue, let's go ahead and remember, y'all go over to our boy Jaffe's VIP room. Check him out. This week he'll be reviewing Xmen 97 on his show. So if you're into the Xmen, the new Xmen on Disney Plus, check it out. They're gonna go into detail about it and break down the full season.
Yeah, nice. Is Xmen 97 done? Do you know?
From what I hear, yes.
Okay, good. Now I can watch it.
Yeah, I need to watch it. It's so much TV out there. It's too much.
It's so much to you. It's too much.
I ain't got that kind of time. I just like I can only watch one thing at a time. Like, look, I'm on this storyline right now.
I know, right? I know.
All right, but going into it, Issa Rae, she's launching Studios. It's to fund fan greenlit creative projects, and she's going to be pretty much like a mentor to aspiring filmmakers. So that's pretty good. That's good news. A good partnership with Tubi.
That's dope.
Nice. And shout out to Tubi for the culture.
Yes. Tubi doing big things.
Yeah, Tubi is doing big things.
Tubi has its place. Yeah, people talk about Tubi, but it has its place.
Tubi does have its place. I'm not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Really, it's like if you got Tubi and Netflix, that's honestly all you need. Cause
for real.
Yeah, Amazon has they shows, and Hulu has their shows as well too. But Netflix and Netflix and Tubi has been doing good for the culture. I saw that Cat Williams the other last weekend. Oh my God!
Don't talk about it too much because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, man, I saw that. Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. And then they did the roasting of Tom Brady the next following day. That was hilarious. That was.
I only got through the first hour. I haven't got through the full hour.
The roasting of Tom Brady.
They roast Tom Brady, and when I tell you it felt like they was holding that in for all these years, and they was just going at Tom Brady. But they do the roasting live. I think they roast Justin Bieber, they roast Kim Kardashian, they roast that's the little thing. Kevin Hart was hosting it, but it
Yeah.
was so funny. It was the most funny. It was the funniest roast I have ever seen. The rest of them was like, but that one was hilarious.
We're gonna have to watch this because Tom Brady is one of my husband's favorite
Yeah,
football players. Well, I mean, he used to watch Tom Brady a lot.
yeah.
And my
Back in the day, he was a Patriots fan.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
anyway,
sorry. I'm terribly
should be a Texans fan.
sorry.
But he's not no Texas fan. I don't know. I don't never really
We
seen him
changing
talk much
minds
about
this
the
year. Have
Texans.
y'all seen our team? Okay, we're not gonna
No,
go
But
there.
he
It's not
definitely
that
not no
segment. It's
Steelers
not that
fan.
segment.
Hey,
Mind you.
don't go chasing
But
waterfalls.
moving on. See, I'm glad when I get the host. Moving on.
He not a Who that fan either. I don't know who he going for now.
But moving on. No, P Valley, to all my P Valley fans, they're adding a few series regulars to the main cast. Gail Bean, which we know from Snowfall. She played Wanda on Snowfall, so she's getting added to the main cast. And then Mia Wilkerson, Bertram Williams Jr., and Thomas Q. Jones. So yeah, they're getting added to the main cast. So congrats to them for all my P Valley watchers. Not my cup of tea, but y'all know.
Why not?
I never watched one episode. I'm
I
not
watched a
even.
few. But it was a few things that was going on in the show. I was like, okay, this it's enough.
Yeah, I heard my brother-in-law say. My brother-in-law was like, "Bro," I said, "Well, I don't need to watch it then."
But it's
Good show though.
it's I've heard a lot of people like the show. It's a great show, just like this next show, The Shy, returning with new episodes to complete their season 6, and they've already been renewed for season 7.
Oh yes, come on, Shy.
So shout out to my people at The Shy. Shout out to friends of the show, Sharon and Anita, Yolanda Ross. Yeah, shout out to them. 7 seasons is amazing. Especially in the streaming world when shows getting canceled left and right. Season 7, that's big.
Yes, yep.
Let's get into before we get into this Marvel, we're going to end it with this Marvel stuff. But first, let's talk about A Quiet Place. They're getting an origin story, pretty much the beginning, the new trailer, A Quiet Place. So it's coming. It's on its way. It looks good. I seen the preview. I was like, okay. But yeah, it's A Quiet Place. Day one stars Lupita Nyong'o, Digimon Hansu's in it. So Alex Wolff, a few notable names, Joseph Quinn. So yeah, definitely excited to see that. And now let's go ahead and get into some of this Marvel. There's a lot of news came out of Marvel this week. So Mike, your favorite guy, Giannato Esposito, is rumored to have a part in Marvel.
That's my dad in real life. No, he's not. No,
I'm telling.
I don't know where Mama was at the time, but Mama, you should have been in that area. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm not part of this one.
That's my dog. That's my dog. No, he's a great actor to me. That's the Chicken Man. So
I wonder if they're gonna go the route of making him was it Xavier?
Yeah. No, Magneto. No, Xavier. Xavier.
Yeah. Professor X in the live action.
Now it's a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, but he's a great actor. So
yeah. And even segueing off of that, they also they have it rumor that Ryan Coogler is to direct the live action Xmen for the MCU.
Okay, all right, Black Panther.
Okay.
I see it.
I can see that, so I'm with that. I'm all for that. And then also another rumor, since we're on it's X-Men heavy with Marvel this week.
Right.
Janelle Monáe is also rumoured to have been casted or being casted for Storm.
Yeah.
So, I can see her in Storm. I can see her
in Storm. She did good on that movie called, what was it called? Butterfly or something? What was the name of that movie where she was a slave? I can't think of it, but she did so good in that movie, man. She's been she was in Glass Onion. She was good in that. Well,
okay. Congratulations to Miss Monáe.
Her acting chops, boy, she got it.
Yeah. She gives me Storm vibes because Storm was like That was my cartoon babe back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby, hey.
Shout out to Storm one time.
Shout out to Storm.
Halle Berry.
Halle.
The
Halle
first
was a good Storm. I liked
it was
Halle
good.
as Storm.
Yeah. Yes, so let's see here. And then also lastly, before we get out of this segment, shout out to Kevin Hart. He's getting the Mark Twain Award on Netflix. They're gonna put that special on Netflix where he's getting the Mark Twain. So for comics, that's like the Oscar of the award of awards for comics is getting the award. So.
Yeah.
I bet he said, bam.
Damn.
Yeah.
And one more thing is just closing. The beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that's over. Okay.
Who said it was over?
No,
Yeah.
Top Dog. No, Top Dog got on there and said it's over. Said Kendrick is that's over with.
Oh, okay.
I mean, okay. Let's assume
I talk about it anyway.
Let's. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm beefed out, pause. But now, I was listening to Tony Baker. Tony Baker was like, "Listen, that Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, let that be that. Everybody else that want to get in and do their own beef, how about y'all just sit down and watch the movie? Because now you got Shannon Sharp and Shaq beefing, and Shaq done made a this tape, and then you got Sukihana and JT they beefing, and Rick Ross, and it's like, bro,
so it's beef.
all of y'all, but no.
There's a lot of violence been started this year.
There's a lot of disrespect on these DSPs, but apparently they say that it's over. But I just want to shout out to all the YouTubers out there that's making their rounds with their reaction videos, and shout out to Kendrick Lamar and his team for allowing that music to still stay on YouTube so that the YouTubers can make, because they are making life-changing money. That's what was reported on Say Cheese. And so, and a round of applause for us, because we got to enjoy some good music.
We did.
We really did.
I've heard the best music from Kendrick Lamar so far.
Hey, I'm not even going to lie to you. That brother pops out every 5 years like, ta-da, here I am, and then he leaves. So whatever nerve that Drake got on him, he did. That pen was writing, and I enjoyed the music from both sides. So as a culture, we won. Let's give a round of applause for us.
We did.
We won. We won this. Oh, I enjoyed it.
But let's just leave it as, just internet beef. Just no violence, for real violence.
No violence on both sides, both parties. Keep it cool.
But didn't somebody get shot at Drake's house?
That's on something different, bro. We ain't gonna speak on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be something.
Actually, two shootings. It was two shootings. There was another one. I think one of his guards got shot, and then there was another shooting that took place.
Yeah, that's something. That's something different. Okay. That ain't got nothing to do with Kendrick. I mean,
we don't know that.
What people are saying. That ain't got nothing to do with Kendrick. But besides all of that, as a culture, we won. I'm glad that we got to hear some good music. You YouTubers, y'all inspire us to man, it was just a great moment in time for the culture. So
it was.
Shout out to both of them, wish them well in their careers. Okay, so coming up, we got a special guest in the spotlight from Comedy Hype News. It's Lester Greene. So y'all stay tuned, stay locked. Let's take a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a different type of interview, man. This is the homie right here, bro. But I still got to do it the way I got to do everybody else, because I can't. Hey, man, I got to. Ladies and gentlemen, Lester Greene. Round of applause. The host, the main man. What's up, brother?
I appreciate y'all. I love what you guys are doing. As a fellow host, I know how difficult it can be, and I just want to say you guys are doing a great job. So keep going.
Oh, man. Appreciate it.
Nice. So, start now. Tell us, how did you start your career into this business?
Well, music business or acting business?
Oh, well, you got layers. You got hats.
You got layers. We all got layers, bro. You know that,
My
right?
bad. Since music is crazy right now, let's be safe. Let's go and go. Let's talk about movies. Let's get to it.
Yeah, acting. So I'll just talk briefly about the whole music thing. So I did music for several years, rapping, writing lyrics and everything like that. And then one day, one of my friends suggested that I give acting a chance because he thought I had a great voice. So I started doing background work. You guys are familiar with that. We've all done background work.
Yep, quite a few.
So I did it, and I just didn't like the fact that I didn't have a voice. I felt like I wanted to speak.
Right.
So then I started doing short films. I started doing smaller indie projects, and I built my confidence up. And I said to myself, okay, let me do some feature films now. Let me try to audition for some TV shows and some commercials. And then it just evolved from that point on. But I think doing that background work really gave me that foundation to say, okay, yeah, this is something that you can do.
Right.
Man, I love that, man. That hold on, time out. Go back with the music thing. And first and foremost, let me acknowledge this. You said background work, and you didn't have the voice. I love that because not everybody says that with background work. Some people just get in there, oh, I'm right next to this star, take a picture, give them they best like
they best to sneak it in there when they're not supposed to. And to be honest with you, background work it builds your character, because if you're able to be on set for 12 plus hours and not have a part, and people are telling you stand here, stand there, smile here, do this, hey, that lets you know if you really want to be in this business, because a lot of people don't understand how hard that is.
Yeah, it is really hard. And then imagine doing background work and knowing that you want to do more. Imagine how hard that could be. So that's how I felt.
Right.
I felt like I was trapped. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember watching Lorenz tape. This is when I was doing background work. And I just remember him in this one scene where he was acting with this other lead actress. And I saw myself in him. I said, oh, okay, I think I can do that. I didn't know what it was that he was doing, but I just felt like I could be that guy. And then that was the day that I said, okay, no more background work. And no offense to people who do background work, because you can make a living doing that.
Yeah.
But I just knew that I wanted something more. And so that's when I just focused all of my energy into booking principal work.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Now, besides the background work, do you write and create your own content, or do you?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. So growing up, I always had a gift for writing stories. But when I transitioned into acting, I didn't really know how to format it or structure it. I thought, okay, let me just write a script.
Right.
And we've had those scripts where the scripts aren't structured, it's not formatted correctly. You know what a real script is supposed to look like. So I said to myself, okay, if I can write, then I could work on trying to structure that later on. Let me just try to get my thoughts out. And so that's when I started writing my own stories and my own scripts. And I wanted to start telling my own stories. I didn't want to just act in somebody else's production. I wanted to say to myself, okay, I'm going to write myself as a lead. I'm going to play a lead, and we're going to produce it. And that's what we did with this short film called Driving Force, directed by Antoine Allen. We came together, put our money together. I wrote the script with a friend, and we just shot Driving Force. And then that short film turned into a feature film 6 or 7 years later. And now that feature film Driving Force is available on Tubi. So definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I had to put that plug in there.
No, go ahead. Plug it.
Plug it.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about your experience at the is it the BIFA Film Festival?
Which festival?
The BIFA.
In Detroit.
Yeah,
Was that in Detroit?
I believe so. Yeah, there was the Black Film Festival. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let me just say, Detroit, they on something in a good way. That area is booming. That market is booming. Shout out to Dennis Reed and Darren Brown. Those guys are doing some incredible things. So I went out there with a couple of my friends, Nas Panky, Andrew R. McAllister, James Edward Muller, and we just went out there to network. And I just remember going out there and seeing so many like-minded people. And I like the fact that they're looking to put their city on. They're not really trying to worry about what other people are doing over here or worry about what other people are doing over there. They're just building their market. Yeah. And they all seem to come together. And I love that. And I just remember working with Dennis Reed on a series that's called Street Legal. Just on TV right now. I'm in episodes 2 and 5. But I remember just connecting with Dennis Reed in Detroit. And I remember him saying, yeah, Lester, we're going to work together. And, you know, a lot of people say that when you go to these networking events. Yeah, we're going to work together. But he really meant it. And I just remember stayed in touch. I just stayed in touch with him. We stayed connected. And sure enough, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, Lester, this one actor couldn't make it. Can you fly out here last minute? I'm talking about the next day. He said, can you fly out here tomorrow? We're shooting this series called Street Legal. You're playing one of the leads. And I said, say less. I was ready. They booked my flight and everything, booked my hotel. I went out there. We shot the series. I think I was out there for about 2 weeks. And I'm just grateful. So I have great things to say about the Biffa Festival and Dennis Reed and Darren Brown and everybody who's doing it out there in Detroit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Dennis Reed. I met him before. Good dude. Real good.
Oh, you met him? Where'd you meet him?
I actually went to, it was a couple years ago when I was taking all these trips to all the hot spots. And a friend of mine, DeMarcus Bumper, shout out to DeMarcus, he told me go out to check out Dennis Reed. And it was an audition where they were just like telling everybody, come in, do this. I didn't feel like I nailed the audition like I wanted to because there was a lot of chaos that day. But it was I still had a chance to talk to him one-on-one before. Great guy.
Yeah, he is. Good guy. Oh, that's what's up. Okay. Yeah, Detroit is popping right now.
Yeah.
Detroit is definitely popping.
Bet. Share your experiences working with Dennis Reed and everyone in Street Legal and a few other projects.
Yeah, with Dennis Reed. So when we went out there to shoot Street Legal, I remember him giving me a ride to and from set. So he'd give me a ride to set, and then once we wrapped, he'd give me a ride to my hotel. And those were the best conversations. That's what I remember most about those trips, because it was about a 20 to 25-minute ride each way. Right. And I got a chance to just talk to him one-on-one. I was picking his brain. I said, listen, I want to do my talk show. Do you have any suggestions? And he was giving me game, telling me what to do. And he was saying, what do you want to do with your acting career? What are you trying to do? And I said, wow, this guy is really trying to help me. He's listening to me. And it's hard to get that one-on-one time with somebody like a Dennis Reed because he's so busy and he's doing so many different things. But I just remember those rides being quiet and productive. It was amazing. I said, wow, every day I get a chance to sit with this guy and talk to him. It was almost like I was doing an interview. It was like a one-on-one interview with him because I wasn't about to just sit in the car.
Right.
And just, come on.
Be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet. You know,
just sit there.
How some people are, they're like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to upset him, or I don't know what to say. I said, nah, I'm about to ask him. And he was so giving. He was just telling me what to do, and it was a great experience. I would definitely work with him again. I know he said he wanted to work with me again, so I'm assuming it was a great experience. And then if I can, I wanted to share my experience working with Dr. Maya Speller out here in Atlanta. So she had a casting call a few months ago for one of her films. And I went out and I thought I gave a great audition. And I would say 2 days later, I got an email from her. She said, hey, listen, Lester, we don't have a role for you, but we like what you did in the audition room. Would you be willing to come on board as an extra and just work behind the scenes. So I said, sure, because I like their work. I want to work with them. So I figured this is my end.
Right.
So I did that. I got to set early, started helping with the food, the catering, helping actors with wardrobe and everything. And she was watching me. So she comes over to me and she says, hey, Lester, I like the way you work. I'm going to give you a speaking part. And I said, wow, great. She gave me a few lines for that project. Then after we wrapped on that project, she said, Lester, I want to work something out with you where we bring you under contract. So every project that we do, you'll either work behind the scenes or you'll be one of the lead actors in one of my films.
Nice.
And that was it. I said, wow, this is incredible. So we did a film called Tit for Tat. We did a film called BFFs. And these films are on Tubi. And then she gave me a lead role in this movie called Father May I. And I couldn't believe it because it all started with my just saying yes to being a background actor.
Yeah.
Well, hey, all you future actors out there, listen to what this man just said. Because when we was doing the whole when we was in Memphis together and we shot out with him, with Miss Laquita, shout out to Laquita and
Shout out to
everybody.
Laquita Langhorne.
Yes, Laquita Langhorne, shout out. That's she we was talking and she was like, it was so many people that was supposed to be on set. And it was a lot of background people. And it was like it wasn't even they didn't show up.
It showed.
Like, yeah, it was a lot of people that didn't show up. And I'm like, bro, you know how many free backgrounds I have done with just the hope of just you get IMB credit, like that's all you get. And a bag of chips and a banana.
Great.
And an apple maybe. And I did that. So it's like, and we all done did it too. So it's like, bro, it's like you gotta start somewhere.
Yes.
That was my whole idea. Is like I gotta start somewhere, and we all had the same thing. Wherever it is, you gotta start somewhere.
It's almost like a rites of passage. Would you say
it is? It is. Yeah,
definitely.
You bypass background. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I definitely wanted to shout out Laquita Langhorne, the film that we did.
Yeah.
Bad for You. Definitely check it out. It's coming out soon. That was great meeting you, Chris, meeting you, Mike, and then you guys told me about Jaffe. And so I love how it's all coming together.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I was just, I was just thinking, I'm like, man, when did I meet Lester? I'm like, I helped cast.
Yeah.
That's where I know this guy from. Yeah, man, that was cool, man. Well, obviously you nailed the auditions. So.
Nah, that was a beautiful thing, just going out there. And Jason Lauder said something not too long ago on your show. And he was talking about how 50 Cent is starting this whole studio in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I'm going out there to film a movie. Right? Yeah, it's a short film. It's called Storms Never Last by Gary Tucker. And I'm going to be out there and I'm saying to myself, I need to try to get in there. That studio that 50 Cent built. I need to try to drop my headshot off or drop my resume off because I know they're going to be looking to hire talent, whether in front of the camera or behind the camera. So I think it's important to just get in there. Yes. And then from there, you can sort of maneuver your way around.
Yeah, where you fit in, as they say, and then figure it out once you get in.
Figure it out. Yeah, eventually they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy, I like the way this guy works. You know what? We got something for you, or I think this guy would be good for this, or I think this guy would be." But I want to ask all of you guys something. You guys are all actors, and sometimes we get asked this question: what do you do when things aren't going great for you, or you're feeling a little discouraged, or you didn't get that role that you really wanted? People don't see what happens behind the scenes when there's no action going on.
Yeah.
What do you do during that time?
Who wants that? Which one is
all of us? I mean, that's when you kind of work on your craft, right? You know, what can I be doing better? What can I work on? You know, also I have a good support system with my team here. So like I can always call them, you know, now we always bouncing stuff off each other to help us get better at things. that's a great resource in itself. This our circle we have here, and just always like fine tuning your craft.
Yeah. I had a few. I went up for a Disney commercial, for a Disney cruise line, and I remember my agency had hit me up, and they was like, "This is a good one," and I didn't get it. I did. They had gave me a call back and everything, and I didn't get it, and I was like, "Damn!" But I couldn't stay there, so I allowed myself to. Man, I didn't get it. But I only stayed there for honestly a couple of hours, and then I snapped out of it because that's a part of the game. You're gonna get rejected a lot before you get one.
Yes.
So you gotta go through that, and you can't stay in that mode for too long. So it's like what James say: you gotta submit and forget. So once you submit, I've been submitting and forgetting for a long time. I look at my email and I'm like, what the hell is this? They want me to audition for this. Did I?
I don't even remember it.
I don't even remember. I have to go back to my sent files and I'm like, oh, I did ask to be submitted, and you just gotta have that, you gotta have that quarterback football mentality. If you throw an interception in the big game, hey, go back on the bench, sit down, look at what you did wrong, because you gotta go right back out there.
Yeah. For
Thank
me, man, the interviewer become the interviewee. Okay, so it's funny. Oh man. But flipped on us. So for me, what I tell myself is that what's for you is for you, and what you don't get, God gonna bless you later on down the line for something that could be bigger or lead to something else. There were multiple times where I auditioned for something like, man, I gotta have this. Rent dude, this dude, man, I need food. I'm hungry. The lights, man. If I just get this one role that can get me 500 or more, I'm good. But you don't get it, and you can sit in that spot of pity, sorrows, doubt, just for a little bit. But you got to move, and when you move, and when you get what you want or get what is bestowed upon you, man, you have a blast with it, have fun with it. So whatever is booked for you or whatever you do not get, something is coming right around the corner. Recently, we all had this situation on major sets or something that's independent project. Not gonna say what it was. Chris was there. A director told Chris his hair does not fit the style of that time frame or that time zone. Which we all looked. Myself, the main actors that are well-known actors looked, and we was like the crew, everybody like put that man in, but he did not get it. And we drove like an hour or so from where we was at. And so I was like, man, I was mad. Even though I was in it, I was, happy for myself, but I was sad and upset for my friend because I'm like, dude, we rode together. He did get paid. They took care of him. But that cherry on top is you being in that scene, background or whatever. And I was like, I said to Chris, I said, bro, something coming soon. What came soon, Chris? Was that what?
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
That's still airing to this day. Like,
dude, I saw that.
Dude, right there in the front.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that story.
Okay, yeah, but like I remember that time because like I had told Chris was like, man, you think I should cut my hair? You think I should cut my hair? I'm like, that's your uniqueness. That's what makes you who you are. Someone that's going to pick you up because of your uniqueness. You're not fitting in like with everybody else. I got my big commercial because of my beard and the grays. And one of the leading guys was like, don't never cut your beard ever, because that's how they picked you up. Because they liked it. Yeah, they liked it because my grays grow in different spots. And to everybody that's approaching 40, me, I'm gonna dye my hair. I got a lot of grays. I'm like, no, grays will get you paid over here. So get you paid. And then also that's my uniqueness. So I'm just glad that my boys shook back from that. You know, it's just a game of shaking back. That's all.
I love that. Great stories. I was watching an interview on Jake Gyllenhaal, and he talked about how he was up for the Batman role. And he didn't get it. And he just remembered feeling like, wow, I was almost Batman. He didn't get it, but it's great seeing those stories on that level because it shows you that it happens everywhere. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be the biggest actor in the world, and you might not get that role that you auditioned for. Somebody else might get it.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. So I like what Jaffe said. What's for you is for you. What's meant to be will be.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't get it, God gonna bless you later on down the line for something.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
I think it's all about changing this perspective on how you handle that rejection in that moment. Like, okay, that wasn't for me. Okay, that means something else is coming. You know, like how we talk to our rejections.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We talk to ourselves a lot, right?
Yeah, we do. God damn it,
That boy Chris said, "How do we talk to our rejection?" Come on now.
Yeah, we got
right?
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Chris. I like that. Yeah, you got to talk to your rejections, man.
That's deep.
That is deep.
Yeah,
that's the whole. Yeah, that's a whole skit right there in ourselves.
For real.
How do you talk to your rejection?
Right there.
Yeah, boy, dropping gems all day, man.
But back to you, Mr. Lester.
Yeah.
Now we have to talk to someone about getting you a billboard with Norcross Roofing because you have done some great work with those commercials.
Oh, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. I got that job from a friend that I worked with years ago. And he just reached out to me out the blue, like, hey, Lester, listen, there's this commercial thing that we're doing. Would you be interested in playing this face for this brand? Yeah. And I said, sure. The guy's name is Fernando. That's the guy who made the connection. And so we started shooting one, we started shooting two, and then sure enough, the client said to Fernando, listen, I like what Lester's doing with this. I want to have us shoot more of these commercials. So it was only supposed to be a one-time thing. Like, oh yeah, let's just bring him in and shoot one commercial and see how it goes. And that ended up being a long-term thing where we shot at least 10 commercials. And again, it was a paid opportunity and it helped keep the lights on. And I got a chance to work with a great brand ambassador. It was great. Great producers. I had a lot of fun doing it because I know sometimes people will say, oh, I don't want to do commercials because commercials don't really showcase my acting. But I'm looking at some of these commercials now and you can make some good money doing them.
Yes.
And it also gives you some
notoriety. Yeah, it does. Yes,
right.
It does.
Yeah. So I'll give you another story. I did a commercial for Crown Royal a few years ago in New York City. It was supposed to be, you saw it?
I think is that you or it was another person that we interviewed? They had Jerome Bennis.
Yeah, that was me, Jerome Bettis. Yeah, that was
you.
That was me. Yeah. So, but that commercial was supposed to be a non-union commercial,
right?
And my agent Ann Wright said that non-union commercial was now going to become a union commercial. So I got paid $10,000 to shoot that commercial. And with that $10,000, I joined the union. I became SAG because I didn't have the money to just join the union at the time. But with that commercial, I used that money to join the union. And then once I joined the union, I became Fight Corps. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fight Corps, but I declared Fight Corps because when you're Fight Corps, you can do non-union work and union work. So I didn't want to stay union and not be able to do these independent commercials or these independent movies. So now that I'm Fight Corps, I get the best of both worlds. But again, that commercial is what set it off for me. It was able to fund that. So I always say commercials are a good thing. Doing commercials are really good.
Man, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that Street Fighter commercial I did. That's a whole story right there.
Oh
Chris
yeah.
I did Street Fighter. Chris did Whataburger. Mike Jiffy Lube. That was
Yeah.
print though as well.
Oh yeah, that was print, but
Yeah.
it was crazy because I used to work on cars. I used to work at a dealership. And they was like, "Oh, you're a natural." You know, they had models doing it, and I was actually like doing it. Like,
Right.
you know, I'm really about to do this right now.
Yeah.
and yeah, that was an experience. That was one of the biggest ones. I did the Oklahoma was my first one, and it was all in circle. Like when James had did that Lil Wayne, man, that was
Man,
crazy. That was crazy. He was
yeah,
sitting right next to Lil Wayne, like
yeah,
Wow.
dude.
yeah.
What did
All
you
of
guys learn from doing those commercials? Did you learn anything?
what did I learn? You learn. I'm not hard to please. I'm not bougie, but once you're on a certain set and you see how a certain level of professionalism is, and you see how people treat you and everything else, taught me about knowing my worth.
Yeah.
But also, remind yourself where you came from, but also to have fun in that moment, and to first and foremost, everybody that's out there that do finally meet these celebrities that you grew up watching or whatever, control yourselves. Not saying somebody didn't control themselves on that set with Street Fighter and Lil Wayne. It was a cool moment.
Yeah.
But I've heard stories of others not controlling themselves on set and getting messing up for everybody. so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
control yourself, have fun, but don't overstep. So
Yeah.
just watch yourself.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell everybody with the Oklahoma OKC commercial that I did, I auditioned for it, and then they hit me back, and then I think I did like another little interview, and then I just like once again submit and forget. I just moved on, and then they hit me up and they was like, "Hey, we want you to be in the commercial, and we're gonna fly you out. We're gonna pay for your Uber, and we're gonna pay for your hotel room." Now I'm walking into this whole thing thinking like, all right, I'm gonna be in the commercial there in Oklahoma. That's cool. I get there and and I get dressed or whatever. It was the next day as I got settled, and then I'm sitting in the back, like I'm just gonna be in the background. And the lady was doing the makeup, and she was doing the star of the commercials makeup. And then she looks up like, "Where's Mike? Where's Mike?" And I'm looking around like, "Where the hell is Mike? I know he ain't talking about me." And the lady said, "No, you're Mike, right? You're Mike, right?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Lady, we need you to sit down here." And as she was doing the makeup, I tell people this story all the time. I jokingly asked her, like, "Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna be in the background." She said, "No, sweetheart, you're gonna be in front of the camera. We want you." And then that's when it all came. It's like, bro, they pay for my flight, they pay for my food, they pay for my Uber, and they paying for me for the day. Like they really wanted you.
Wow.
They saw something in you, probably something that I didn't see in myself, but they saw it. So
Yeah.
I take that experience with me everywhere, no matter what I do. It's like, bro, if you don't see it, other people see it.
Beat. What about you, Big Chris, with Whataburger? What did you?
Just trust your instincts. Trust your training. Trust what you learned. Just the subtle things.
Yeah.
Because you never with commercials, especially I wasn't in a lead role or a speaking role, but I didn't expect to be used. It was like 15 other extras there. So I didn't know they was going to use me as much as they did. Like pretty much got a lot of FaceTime. So it was just like, but it was the subtle things that I was doing while on set. Facial expressions, just the subtle things that I relied on those while on set to kind of help me stand out in that way. So,
wow, I love that. That's awesome. Have you guys ever thought about writing a book or doing a documentary on your stories and your journeys? Is that something that you want to do?
I know. Well, we have a comedy script that we have written about our own about our comedy based.
About our journey. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
we have a
So
comedy.
y'all already
script.
produced it?
We haven't produced it yet, but it's written.
It
ready to
is
go.
written. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's so it's funny. We can laugh at it now. It's like this it's for real, dog. Like
This really happened.
this really happened, bro. Like
So
Hey,
how soon are we gonna get that? Are you gonna try to get it done within the next couple of years? You have a timeline?
we get back in the writing room off and on. We're testing the waters with everything. I'm actually getting ready to launch my Indiegogo for my project.
Oh, awesome.
And it's like, oh, thank you. And so like we're like taking bits and pieces from here and there to see what works, what doesn't work, and everything else. But we still are looking for like the right people to pitch it to. But if we can't, we're like, you know what?
Do it ourselves.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah, definitely. Because here's the thing with me. I want to tell my story too. We all got a story that we want to share with the world. And I'm just getting tired of just waiting.
Yeah.
I have
Daniel,
man, like my patience be running.
Daniel
like,
Kaluuya. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Joffy.
Yeah, we all on the same. You know, it's just that patience. Like I don't have no patience. I'm gonna go find the person. Then I'll then find it. I'm gonna be right in front of them. I'm not gonna wait for this person or that person to connect the dots for me. I'm gonna go find the dot myself and make it happen. But yes, yeah, you're absolutely right, bro.
But Joffy, you were gonna say about Daniel Kaluuya. I know where you're going with that.
Oh yeah, when he said if you wait for your agent, you're gonna be waiting forever. Yeah. You have these, it's cool to have your agents and managers and everything, but if it's something that you really want to do, man, you better go for it because you. What's that Mr. Bing mean when he's sitting there waiting for somebody? I'm in the car. So yeah, he like
Yeah, you know what Daniel Kaluuya, he also said, it might be the same interview.
Probably so.
It is, right? Oh, he said that in the past, he was always trying to network with the people above him. He was always sending out emails to these producers and all these famous people, and they wouldn't get back to him. And he didn't understand why. And then he said one day he realized, you know what? I need to start networking this way as opposed to
that way.
Yeah. He said he said it's like high school. He said you're gonna reach out to those people up there, they're not gonna talk to you. They're just not gonna talk to you. He said, why not just work with the people who are over here right next to you?
Yeah.
And he said that's what he started doing. And then he also talked about how he's not waiting for somebody to give him an opportunity. He'll audition for something, but he's not waiting for the phone to ring regarding that audition he just submitted.
Right.
Submit and forget, bro.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Submit and forget.
Yeah.
Because you can get caught up saying, oh, that was a great audition. I hope they call me back. And you waiting, and that phone never rings. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You done wasted all that time waiting on them.
You wasted.
Man, real quick, and we're gonna get back to the questions, bro. That same year that I tell you that when I met Dennis Reed.
Oh, okay.
It was a couple years ago where I was like, once I quit my main job at that point in time, and I was like, I gotta figure this out because we're in Texas. We do have agencies here, but we don't have like a lot of well-known TV shows. So I told Chris, Mike, and Tashay, and a few other people that I'm close with, I'm like, bro, I gotta go. I didn't take it upon myself to move to those places yet, but I took the amount of money that I had saved up and I went to these hot spots. I went to Detroit, Chicago, LA, New York. Later on, it was Atlanta or whatever. And I went to Chicago and they had like, shout out to William Jefferson Jr. because he posted about the Chicago acting convention. When I went there, it was like, because I met people that were on Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, The Bear, this commercial, that commercial. Only thing I had going for myself that wasn't out yet was a quick cameo appearance in Hip Hop Family Christmas, where I was, and I'm happy that I could say that I was signed to agency then, and I had that in the works because these are like my peers that I'm trying to get, aim to get to on major shows like Power, Law and Order, and everything else. I'm over there just like taking it all in, talking and networking this person. I'm like, hey, I'm from Texas, whatever. They said, you came all the way from Texas? And said, for this? And I'm like, bro, you don't know what's out there. So that is still paying me back, paying all of us back with the guests that we have come on to this show, with the emails that I get from these major casting directors from Chicago Fire and PD that does casting, that will send emails to me saying this is what you want if this is your rate, or check out this person for acting classes, or this. If I'm not saying if I wouldn't have went there, things would be I wouldn't make where I'm at now, but I'm saying that if I wouldn't have took a risk and went there, then I would not be able to share with other people who I am close with the answers, or bring up a question to make you think about, let me try this acting agency. Let me reach out to this person. Let me follow this person. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that risk and go for it, because like we said, if you sit down and wait, you be in your rocking chair saying, man, I don't know where you're going to be at or what you're going to do, but you just got to take that risk. Dude, and go for it, man. Like you taking your trips. What you said, Chris?
No, I say you miss 99% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. Woo. And bringing the question right back to you, Lester, you take trips too to get booked in these roles. I know. Now, where are you originally from now?
So I was born in Germany, and I was raised in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know some things about Texas. I like Texas. I like the weather. It's really nice out there. Yeah. My father was in the military, so we did a lot of traveling around. Yeah. But yeah, I usually claim New York because I lived in New York for a long period of time. So I don't really claim Germany because I was born there on a military base, and then we moved shortly thereafter.
Right.
Yeah, but I've traveled in terms of auditioning for stuff. I've traveled to Detroit for an acting gig, or I've traveled to Detroit for an audition, or I've traveled to California for a casting call. I don't travel to all of the casting calls because I can't afford to go everywhere. Right. So I'm very selective about which ones I go to, but I feel like a journeyman. I don't know if you guys follow basketball, but I feel like I'm a journeyman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly just looking for work, and I'll be on social media looking for casting calls, and they have a casting call happening here in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. So I'm always just looking for that next opportunity. I'm not waiting for someone to give me an opportunity. Although it's nice when somebody will recommend me and I'll get a phone call from a producer. I'm sure that happened to you guys before. Like, yeah, I work with so-and-so, and he says you'd be a great guy to work with. And I'm like, oh, yeah, great. I'll give you an example. We just completed a film called Routine 1981, directed by Ellison Winterstein. And I met Ellison at a movie theater. He was doing that as his job to pay the bills, of course. And I was wearing a t-shirt that said Gerald's Hands. My friend produced a film called Gerald's Hands. It's on Tubi. Definitely check it out. But Ellison saw the t-shirt and he said, oh, Gerald's Hands, what is that about? I said, oh, it's my friend's movie. I'm just supporting her film. And he said, oh, so you're an actor? I said, yeah. He said, well, I'm a filmmaker and a director and a screenwriter. And we just started talking. We talked for about 40 minutes. Keep in mind, he's supposed to be working, but he was working and talking. And he said, hey, Lester, I might have something that we could work on in the future. And I thought to myself, okay, here we go again. Another one of those empty promises. Like, I got something for you. I'm going to reach out to you. And then I would say maybe 3 or 4 months later, he hit me up and we shot that film, Routine 1981. So you never know where you might meet somebody. You just never know. I never thought I'd meet somebody at an AMC movie theater.
Right,
that's not for an acting job.
Yeah.
Power of working, the power of just speaking to people. You know, why it's important just to talk to people and
Yeah, I don't want to get Chris finish.
No, that was it. They're just saying hello or just speaking to people because you never know. They could be doing something in the next few years and they remember you and how you treated them on set. And
bro, I just worked with somebody on a project, and this person seemed a little distant. I don't know if you've ever met people like that on set, and I get it. When you're on set, you want to have your own space, but at the same time, this is a collaborative thing.
Yeah.
And if you're working as, let's say, a PA, or you're working as a makeup artist, I think it's important to be friendly, right? And so I'm saying to myself, wow, this person isn't treating me nicely, but this person doesn't even know a year from now, I might be on top of the world and I'm going to remember how you treated me. Again, you just never know. And for me, I don't believe in being fake.
Right.
But I just like being nice to people. That's just who I am by nature. Right? I'm just naturally nice to people. So I'm always mindful of that. You never know. You might be sitting next to a big time producer and you're acting like a jerk. You think that producer's going to want to work with you in the future? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about your attitude. Now you were a judge in a few film awards and you hosted your own show. What led you to the Comedy Hype News?
Oh yeah. So with Comedy Hype, I've always been a fan of the show.
Yes.
Right? And I was on Instagram one day just scrolling, and I saw that they had a casting call. I said, "Oh, they're looking for a co-host. I think I could do that. I've done some shows." So I submitted for it. Went out for the casting call. The line was around the building. That's how many people were there. It was packed. And I said to myself, all right, I got my work cut out for me, but I'm just going to be me. They're either going to like it or they're not. So went in there and they were asking questions about why do you think you'd be a great host? And they were asking me current event questions. Oh, what do you think about so-and-so? And what's your take on that? And they had us all lined up on the stage where we would sort of talk and go back and forth with the owner and some of the producers who were casting for Comedy Hype. So they narrowed it down to about 8 to 10 people. And then the next day they narrowed it down to about 4 people. And I was still in the running. I said, oh, shoot, I got a shot. Right. And what I did was every day that they called me back, I would arrive about 2 hours early. That's just who I am. I'm always early.
Yeah.
So I would be there before the owner, John Abba, showed up. So he would show up like, oh, Lester, it's a little early. You didn't have to be here until 9 a.m. I was like, yeah, I just didn't want to be late. So I knew right away. He was like, oh, this guy, I like this guy. Right. So I got a chance to talk to him before we even did the callback. So we would just be talking because he would let me in. And we'd just be talking like, yeah, Lester, so tell me a little bit about yourself. And so we were just talking. I got that one-on-one time with him, sort of like that one-on-one time I had with Dennis Reed. And I was saying to myself, I think I like my chances with this. So again, they had another callback, came back. It was down to about 3 people, 2 females and myself. And he asked us a bunch of questions. Why do you think you're right for this role? Blah, blah, blah. On that day, for the last callback, I brought a copy of my book, Act Like You Love Yourself, which is available on Amazon. I gave out 3 copies to John and his team. And I know they were like, yo, this dude brought gifts? Who's doing that?
Right.
Again, I'm trying to separate myself from everybody else. I can't do the same thing that everybody else is doing. Right. So then I started talking to John some more. This is the owner. And I was telling John, I said, listen, if you guys bring me on board, I know a lot of filmmakers. If you look at the interview filmmakers, I know you said that you want to start producing films. A lot of people. I know some producers and directors and screenwriters and editors and cinematographers. And once I mentioned that to him, he realized, oh shoot, Lester is actually making connections for us, and we didn't even hire him yet. Whereas the other people, they were just talking about themselves and, oh yeah, I've done this, I've done that. I was saying, nah, this is what I could do for you guys.
Yeah.
So fast forward, they finally decided to give me the job. Right out the gate, I was able to get them their first sponsor for the show. It's called Penflow AI, and it's created by Roderick Powell and his business partners. So right out the gate, before we even started the talk show, the Comedy Hype late night show, I got them a sponsorship deal. So, right, and they're looking at me like, dang, where did this guy come from? And then from there on, we shot more episodes with Symphony Thompson, and we had Zell Gaiman, and we have Dom Smith, and Trent Alexander, and the whole team, and we just shot 8 episodes. So the first scene is a wrap, and now the goal is to pitch that. John is looking to pitch that to different networks because he thinks we have something. Yeah. And that's how it all came about. But again, it started with my seeing the casting call, went out there, and I just said to myself, I got to separate myself from everybody else. I can't do the same thing. I can't talk about the same stuff. I got to show them that, no, I'm bringing something to the table. And y'all didn't even hire me yet. Think about it. If you trying to hire somebody and that person's already telling you what he can do and he's showing you receipts, you're gonna be like, yo, I need this guy on my team. If he's doing this now,
and imagine what he'll do when we get him on.
And that's how it came about, bro. And we got a chance to interview Christopher Duncan. I don't know if you know Braxton from Jamie Foxx show. That was an amazing interview. I cried during that interview, bro.
Man, I saw that interview and it's like I felt for him too because he posted on BMF because he's on BMF right now.
Yes.
Oh man, this is a full circle day. And so I felt for him when he was saying that he was talking about how they only see him as Braxton. The typecast. We understand you're gonna typecast us, but give us a shot for something to show our range because dude was a Kodak. I think he was on the blacklist. I think I'm not mistaken. I gotta go back and look.
Okay.
I think he.
You talking about Braxton?
Yeah. Christopher B. Duncan. That was on Jamie Foxx show.
No. That's Dresser.
Yeah, no, but I know. Yeah, Dresser has a main role, but I think Christopher B. Duncan, aka Braxton, had a spot on the blacklist. I think I might be mistaken, but besides that, that role that hit me because we always seen people from past TV shows like Steve Urkel, Michael J. White, and when he was saying how he tried to separate himself and get different shows, and they just saw him as that. Other actors that they said, "Nah, you just saw me as that." I'm like, bro, I still am an actor, and you can separate me. Just give me the right role or give me something, and I can feel his pain through the screen when he was talking about. I'm like, dang man, and I'm like rooting for this dude. So I'm happy to see that he was on BMF so he can continue to work because he had been in work. But I love that interview. So congrats to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and shout out to Symphony Thompson and the team of Comedy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a really good guy. And the thing about him was during that interview on Comedy Hype, he was talking about the struggle. He was talking about how difficult it was being in Hollywood. Yeah. And how when you're having a meeting with somebody and that person says, yeah, we should do lunch or something like that, it means the conversation is over. Little things that people do in Hollywood. And he's clearly not of that world. And I just remember thinking to myself, wow, being an actor is so difficult. We deal with so much rejection. Yeah. And it was so refreshing to hear him talk about that very same thing. Because sometimes we look at these actors, these Hollywood actors and celebrities as superheroes, and we think, oh, they're not human and they don't deal with rejection. But when they speak about rejection, it makes them human.
Yeah.
And I felt that connection, and I said, this is amazing. So definitely a good guy, and I appreciate y'all watching the interview. It was really good. I met a lot of people just from doing the Comedy Hype show. So salute to John Abba and Symphony Thompson. They're doing some great things over there. And they definitely have their own website. You should definitely check it out. They things where you can market your talk show, or let's say you want to market different brands, you might have your own clothing line or something like that. They have different opportunities, and they also offer memberships.
Oh wow.
So check them out. Yeah, if you go on Instagram and you click on their link, you'll see all the stuff that they offer.
Yeah, we'll definitely check that out.
Comedy Hype. Salute.
Let's see. One or two more questions before we get you out of here. Now,
Okay.
Let's say what's been one of your most intense roles that you would say you felt like you really just crushed it and you really felt like really connected to the character that like, man, I did that.
Yeah, I love that question. I think it's the film that we just completed, Father May I, which is on Tubi. I played a child abuser. And for me, that's tough. You got to really go there. And I just remember, I don't recommend people do this, but I remember just drinking alcohol and doing things that I don't normally do. But for the character, I needed to do it. And people were saying after they watched the movie, oh, it's so triggering and I couldn't get through all of it. And it was tough to watch. But I just know for a fact that we need to talk about that in the Black community. Because a lot of us are dealing with that kind of trauma where we were abused as kids. I know I was abused as a kid. My father sexually abused me. And so when I was acting in that role, Uncle Willie and Father May I was pulling from that because I know what that looks like when somebody's trying to prey upon you or when somebody's trying to take advantage of you. So to me, that was a real moment for me, just playing that character. So salute to Dr. Maya Speller and Terry T. Miles for giving me that opportunity to play Uncle Willie and Father May I.
Yeah. And we appreciate you for sharing that, man.
Yeah.
And that is an awareness in the community. I got this is a side question. This is not like I just I love to ask actors this. What do you do to like decline from after doing something like that?
Yeah, I remember
when I had to cry and I was like tough guy. I said, okay, I'm gonna cry, get it out the way, and I go get me something to eat, and then I go to work tomorrow. Man, it messed me up so bad that I didn't go back to work till like 3 days later.
Wow. What project was that for? What was that for?
That was for O'Shea Words and Bullets, Erica Hunter project. That was the first thing that I ever done on camera, and I had to cry. Like I had to bring those emotions out. I was playing a character that was accused of killing his girlfriend, and it was racially, motivated. So I had to bring those tears out. And I thought I was just gonna, it's all good. I'll be all right. I go give me something to eat. That's fine. But then the next morning, I just was like, I could not get out of the bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did you get out of that funk?
I prayed a lot. I tried to count my blessings, and I just had to find my way out of it. I spent time with my son and my wife, and that kept me grounded. And then by the third day, I was ready to get back into the routine of, I lied to my job. I say I gotta go get tested for COVID at the time. That's how I got them days off, man. I say, hey, I gotta go get tested for COVID. But I just had to take a moment of just to myself and peace and just be around my family. And that's how I was able to climb about that.
Wow. Powerful. Wow. What about you, Jaffe and Chris? Did you guys ever play a role where it really just took everything out of you and you needed to reset?
For me, I haven't had a chance to play a role like that yet. But I'm hoping to soon.
Okay. What about you, Jaffe?
I haven't had a role where I'm so freaking weird. I haven't had a role that where it like took a lot out of me yet. But I have had some roles where I was like, oh, that's me on the screen.
Yes.
Man, and it was like I was like tearing up. Like this film I did recently called Crew Call, where that one and this film called this Western that I did called They Call Me Marshall. Those are the top two films I've done so far where I had scenes where I can like really see my acting up there for everything I took and put on the screen. And some people have to come to the side and say, "Do you see you up there?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." But you see the character that you're playing, and they're like, "Dude,
Yeah.
when you get approval from a different race, I love my people, but we get approval from a different race because of how you're acting. But then also when you get approval with somebody else, when they say, dude, you are a totally different character on that screen and you stole the show. I've been told that a couple times. For one of the main actor on O'Shea, he came on here before. And he was like, I was supposed to be like, I had a real quick scene on O'Shea where I got in front of the camera, and that was another role. And I like, I remember that night, me, Chris, and a few of our friends was out there. This is another scene where somebody was like, bro, and so like Eric Hunter was like, man, y'all not acting like a mob or whatever, man. Y'all need to loosen up. And so I was like,
bouncing around the camera, yeah,
I got the crowd hype, and then on top of that, I said, man, where the camera? He said, right there. All right, I said, go. He said, go. I said, man, run that camera. And so they ran the camera. I got in front. I said, look right now. Like I'm just yelling at the camera. I'm going in.
Improvise it.
All of it was improv. All of it was improv.
And then we had the actor come on here, and he was like, "Hey man, I want to tell the director, hey man, go tell that little dude to calm down. You're making me work hard over here." I was like, "Hey man, I think we killed that scene, man."
I love that.
Yeah, man.
Stories.
Yeah,
for me, I think I've been there before where I just gave it everything and it felt like I ran a marathon.
Yes.
And usually when I feel that way after I rap, that means I did something. Go ahead, Rafi. I see you. Go ahead.
No, I was pointing at you saying, yeah, that's my acting coach told me that when you felt like,
yeah.
So we've all had moments like we like everything is.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. And I needed a couple days just to regroup. And I love that feeling though, because I know that I left it all on the floor. It's sort of like
that's right.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
He put it all out there.
Yeah.
All out there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good, man. So
this was fun, bro. I love talking with other actors about what we do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this.
Man, come on down again, brother. We most definitely have you join us again, brother.
Absolutely. Anytime,
man.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Anytime, bro. I love this. I appreciate y'all. Seriously.
Man, I appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Lester!
So, Lester, before we have you go, brother, drop a gem or two before we let you go that you can help out others in the industry. What's something that somebody given to you that you can give to them to help them out?
Something that they give to me?
Yeah, something that you've learned that you can give to them to help them out along their journey.
Yes, sir.
Drop them gems, brother.
I'm going to just say one thing.
Okay.
So I'm working for Dr. Maya Speller as a PA and an actor. And I will say this, working as a PA is very difficult because I'm an actor at heart. That's what I want to do. I love acting, period. But I'm realizing that by working as a PA, I'm learning other people's jobs. And I'm learning that once it's time to act, I know how I can help those other people bring out my performance as an actor. I'm starting to see that everything is interconnected. It's not separate. You know how you think, okay, you do that, I do this. PA over here, first AD over there. No, it's all encompassing. Yeah. And by learning everything, it's making me a better actor. And I learned that from Al. That's the guy that we're working with on Dr. Maya Speller's projects. And Al is showing me everything as a PA. I'm learning how to be a first AD. I'm learning how to be a scripty. I'm learning lighting from David. I'm learning cinematography from my friend Omar Soto, who just won an Emmy. I'm learning how to direct from Dr. Maya Speller. So I'm realizing that I'm taking all of those pieces and I'm adding it to my craft and my talent as an actor. So I would just say that because it can be difficult. It's almost like I use Kobe Bryant a lot because I love Kobe Bryant. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. But remember when Kobe first got into the league and he had to sit on that bench and he was itching to get in the game because he knew what he could do. He knew he was that guy. He knew he was him.
Right.
But he sat down there and he watched and he studied everything. And the minute he got in the game, lights out. Kobe Bryant was born. And I see myself the same way. I'm sitting on the bench and I'm learning everything. I'm watching everything play out. And once I get put in that game again,
you got it.
Yeah, there you go. So I would just tell people to be patient. Yeah. Be patient. Your time is coming. Your time is coming.
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
No, that helped out a lot, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Oh, definitely follow me on Instagram at the actor Lester Greene, and definitely check out my new episodes of the Lester Greene Talk Show on Tubi. I got 2 seasons up there. Check out the 2nd season, especially if you didn't catch the 1st season. You can watch that season as well. But the 2nd season deals with human trafficking, and it's a documentary. There's a documentary about myself, Nadira Pinky, and Andrew R. McAllister. So check out both seasons when you get a chance. The Lester Greene Talk Show.
Okay.
Nice. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lester Greene. Round of applause again. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, guys. Keep doing your thing. I'll see you out there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is everybody's favorite segment, the segment. You know, some people are like, I don't understand why Mike hates so hard. They've even told me that. They're like, Mike goes a little hard on you, Chris, because it's just like, your jokes are so funny.
Ain't nobody told you that. Ain't nobody told you.
You can't be a hater your whole life.
Ain't nobody told you that.
You don't know what I know. Yeah, they did. You know how them little kids used to be.
Oh man, come on, Chris, with it. Come on.
All right, so we're going to Pennsylvania. We're going to kick it with a Catholic priest. He was accused of stealing more than $40,000. Yeah, $40,000. Pennsylvania police said that Lawrence Kozak spent those alleged funds on the Wizard of Oz, Candy Crush. That was Wizard of Oz slots. Candy Crush, Cash Frenzy, Mario Kart Tour, Pokemon Go. Why? That's the name of the game. Why? No. So it was all on mobile video games that he spent it on. Authorities said the credit card was also used to buy a few gifts for his granddaughter, like an Amazon Fire tablet and a chemistry set. But mostly the charges were for mobile video games. The Kozak was formally arrested and was charged with theft by unlawful taking, failing to make the required disposition of funds, and accessing a device he was unauthorized to use.
Damn, son.
Yeah, got a hold of him. He said he was trying to level up. You know, he was trying to power up, is what he said. And so Father Kozak remains on administrative leave from the church as well. So,
how you get fired from the church for playing video?
You get fired from the church for playing video games
on your phone.
Who playing $40,000 worth of video games on the phone?
That is a lot of playing time, bro.
Wait, a 40,000.
The real question is, did he win?
Obviously not.
Fire sticks, those Amazon little iPad things, they don't cost nothing but $100. So he can't say it was on that.
Yeah, nah. So
and that chemistry set definitely wasn't that expensive.
I guess some people be serious about their game stuff. You know, I got a friend that he was upset because he didn't know which video game system he wanted to get. Nobody can console him.
That ain't funny. That is not funny.
The console.
That is not funny.
That is
Mike.
No, it ain't funny.
It's
clever. I give him that, but it's
like,
it's clever, but that's not funny.
It's not. Chris, do they sell Sense of Humor at Walmart?
They need to.
They do.
Chris, we need to go get you a bucket of humor.
They need to.
Well, why do iPhone have a great sense? Why does the iPhone have a great sense of humor?
We don't know, Chris. What?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna tell us.
Because they crack up easily. You know, Android, we solid.
We solid over here.
Not really.
We solid. Yeah, I can drop it. Look
Hey, you know what?
I just dropped my phone 1,500 times.
You know what irritates me about that? Apple users, iPhone users, if your phone is cracked, fix that. I'm tired of seeing that,
I'll
bro.
make a better quality phone because they're gonna have a new one next week.
Quality phone.
We got a new iPhone 18.
Man, look, there's not one crack on my phone at all. That's just lazy.
Listen, okay. It takes way more money to change the screen of an iPad or an iPhone than it does a Samsung phone.
That's lazy. And you are making a mockery, Apple iPhone users.
You see,
hey, put your number on my phone, then end up with a blister.
you know what though? I this is gonna be an ongoing fight, and it gives me an idea for a great fighting game. But it turns out it was already Tekken. Get it? Tekken.
At this point, to say you be laughing at it.
They just dropped a new
No,
Tekken.
I'm laughing at your face.
that was a solid joke. It
Michael was lost the whole time. He was like,
and it mentioned the game.
This point to say you just laughing at everything.
I'm laughing at you, Mike.
Right.
At you.
Boy, I know
was lost too.
I know you was lost.
I
was about to explain it to you. The fighting game Tekken, he put Tekken in replace of it. Chris, you're just such a lyricist.
I am. I'm like, call me the new. I'm like the new Kendrick. You feel me?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
It's the double entendre.
Oh no, your double entendres are crazy.
It's the metaphor.
Yeah, I got you. Ooh.
Oh no. I don't know.
Rap genius, look out! Here come Chris.
Yeah. It's like the wheels of steel under the boat. I don't know. I was trying to make a Steelers joke because they so trash. But anyway, let's get out of this segment because I can do it.
Great job, Chris.
Great job, Chris. Whoa.
All right, y'all, man. We headed over to the balancing act since they not liking my jokes right now. So we're gonna head over to the balancing act and we're gonna play homage to and give honor to a few people that deserve it. So
yeah,
relax. All right, welcome to the balancing act. So we want to take this time to, of course, give shouts out to the nurses because this is Nurses Week.
Uh-huh.
You know, they do a lot. You know, y'all be going to those emergency rooms giving the nurses hell. You know, the ones that you first, they like the first person you see before you get to the doctor. So
that's right.
All you do. Also to our teachers, it's also Teachers Appreciation Week.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why those are on the same week. But shout out to our teachers, molding the young minds and y'all bad kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we cannot not have a balancing act and not shout out to the mothers to show yourself included. Shout out to the mothers, all the mothers in the world. My mom, I love
Mama.
Yeah. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my wife. My mother actually was a nurse, so she gets it. You know,
bam, twice.
Yeah, bam, she gets it twice. So, shout out to the moms out there, all the moms, my sister-in-law, my wife, all the mamas out there.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget my big mama. Her words of wisdom, always.
Yeah. Clap it in.
What a great show. Shout out to, again, Lester Greene for coming by. Y'all be sure to check him out on Comedy Hype News.
Mm-hmm.
Man, any last words, y'all?
Well, since it is Mother's Day weekend, I do want to just take the time out to celebrate all of the strong mothers out there. I know we are your hairstylists, your chefs, your doctors, your interior decorators, the planner, the everything. You know, we hold a lot of hats in the family. And so I just want to shout out to all of the strong women out there.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, shouts out to all the moms out there. Even the moms is no longer here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's still their day too at the end of the day. My mother-in-law, rest in peace. So yeah, and so Mother's Day creeps up on me sometimes. I'm like, oh crap, it's Mother's Day. But I'm looking at my wife, she don't ask for nothing. She really just asks for her day. And her day is peace and allow me to be y'all fitting for y'all selves. So
I'll make that woman some breakfast in bed.
yeah, man, yeah. So hey, that's that's her day, and
Yeah.
so shout out to all the mamas out there.
About you,
That's,
Chris?
shout out to the mamas. Okay, okay. Well, let's see here. Let's end out with our quote for the week. Let's take this with you for the week. We're gonna talk about 3 words: fail, end, and no. If you fail, never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, end means effort never dies. And if you get a no as an answer, remember, no means next opportunity. So let's be positive. Let's put good energy in the world, y'all. And peace out.
Nice, nice. Peace out.